So yeah, maybe flattening out the perspective lines, etc. automatically.
Okay. Yes, and I believe Elias is next because he's
Whoa,
using Mati's
hold on.
computer.
Hey, you should have specified
Yeah, so,
which Matis is next. Hi, Laura.
Yeah, so my name is Matis Walters. Don't confuse me with the other Matis, right? So I'm a pro photographer. I'm looking for some Lightroom alternatives, right? So thank you, Andra. Already, thanks in advance. So I know this is going to be some probably very useful stuff. So.
Awesome.
We have Raivis who just joined probably.
Yep, Raivis and then Ralph's.
He didn't hear what he has to say, so it's a quick introduction.
Yeah. Basically, you can tell your name, where do you work or study, and is there any photo shoots coming up, or what do you want to learn? Basically, if Raivis is ready, or then Ralph's can also jump in.
Hi, yeah, my name is Ralph, and I'm currently studying in Riga Art and Media School. And photo shoots, I'm actually currently editing one, so maybe I can learn something while I watch this. It's a fashion editorial shoot. Yeah, something more about that.
Nice, awesome. Then you have Snezhana and Victoria. You can also jump into the introductions. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, I can hear. Yes.
Yes, my name is Snezhana. We met before. My interest is photo shooting and editing for fashion and design, but I'm not doing myself editing, so I would like to start.
Okay, that's also great. Thanks. Then Victoria.
Hello, I'm Victoria. I'm a bunch of stuff. I'm a content marketing specialist, graphic designer, and I like to take pictures in the free time. So yeah, I have a bunch of pictures I have to edit, and always they're both portraits or landscapes, so it depends. And I'm really interested in artificial intelligence and photography, and yeah, also what's actually also all the problems that come with it, beauty standards and stuff. So yeah, very interested in seeing.
Okay, awesome. Also looking forward to the discussion in the end. And I will just continue with my presentation. And basically what we already did is short introduction. And now we're gonna go through actual tools for editing. And for that, I need to share my screen. And that will take a few seconds. All right, I think you can see it. So AI tools for professionals, and also just for regular people, of course. Here are like a list of kind of few of my favorite tools, and that includes the first ones that are for removing background. Two of them, you can already search for them. At some point, I can just copy them in chat. I will also show examples, so it's not just the presentation. Yeah, remove and removal, they're very nice. Second line is for scaling up the images. Image larger and let's enhance. So basically, if you have a small photo or it has a very little amount of pixels, you can make it bigger. Yeah, maybe for a poster or a post, you need just like a better photo. There are two simple tools, and I found this one while making the presentation, and I thought it's really funny and cool. It's a profile picture maker. So let's say you have a selfie and you want to make it professional, then you can use this one to make like really cool and professional looking profile picture. So yeah, the first basic one is to remove the background. I think it's pretty useful because there are many times where you just like need a clean photo. It could be your shop, it could be like your profile picture, like cover letter or something important, and you don't want the annoying background or distracting background. Then you can just remove it and make it more cleaner. One of them is this remove BG. At first you get like 1 credit, you can try it out. You can also try it out and have like small images for free, like 500 pixels. It's not very big, like let's say you want to make a Facebook post or Instagram post, it will be too small, but at least you can try it out. And then when you're like ready to kind of scale up, then you can also edit the full resolution photos. And I have tried the 2 versions. One is like subscription, so let's say there's a busy month, you just pay for the subscription only for that month and use pretty a lot, like let's say 200 credits, and it costs you 20 cents per image, which is pretty cheap considering the amount of time you would spend if you would do it manually, if you even can do it, like, because if you're not familiar with Photoshop, I think it would be pretty difficult. Or there's another option, you just pay for the credits as you go. You don't have to spend them, you just have them in your like virtual wallet. And there's a similar one, I think it's like tiny bit cheaper. Haven't used this much, this one a lot, but when I tried it for this meetup, I found that it has like some more tools. Let's say you can edit the photo before you export it and remove the background. You can increase the exposure, contrast, colors. So it's also an editing tool. It's not only the removing background tool. And yeah, here's an example for the image scale applications or tools. One of them is image enlarger. Oh, again, like you can have like 8 credits for free to just to try it out, see how it works. And then if you need it multiple times or bigger image sizes, you can pay for it. The same with Let's Enhance. You have 5 credits. Of course, you can use 8 credits there, 5 credits there, and I think it's pretty cool. You can use both of these programs. They're pretty much the same. And then there's about the profile pictures, but I think I'm just gonna quickly show you how it works because I think we have time for it. Then I will have a new share option and I will share the one, yeah. Wait a second. Oh no. Okay, I think it's easier to just pause it. Yeah, right. It's open. Somehow I cannot share it. Oh, okay, I'm just gonna share the screen. And yeah, this is the Remove Ai. We can just choose a photo. I'll choose from our Creative Tuesdays shoots. Let's say this one, maybe. It's with Mate's. Yeah, and I would normally use the other one, which is remove background, but since it doesn't have these, oh, you don't see it because it's paused. Okay, I would normally use this remove background tool, but since this one has more things, this editor tool, then I will just quickly show it to you. You can see it already removed the background pretty well, even though the background was red and Mati's shirt was red, which is pretty difficult thing to edit. It did a good job. So only the hair, it's a bit weird, but that's already understandable. Yeah, it's like we can edit it for free for like this small image, but it's fine. And then let's say we want to increase the brightness before we export it, we can do it, or add contrast. Maybe we don't need it so much. And of course there are these options. You can already put some background on. Let's say you want to make a poster. It has yeah, it has these already recommendations. I don't know why it's so zoomed. Yeah, you can just basically you can design like a cover for Creative Tuesdays or for your own project. There's even text tool. So yeah, you can do many things here. And other cool thing, yeah, let's say I'm gonna download this one. It's not gonna be very large, but we can increase the pixels with the let's enhance or image enlarger, so you can use them one after another. I just selected the photo I just downloaded, and I'm gonna enlarge it 2 times, and we'll see how it works. Because that photo is quite small, basically like maybe 600 pixels. And then if you need more, like for Facebook or something, then you can try this one. It's not gonna be perfect, of course, because it kind of smoothens out some things where it doesn't know what to do. But yeah, we can try to see it. Yeah, it definitely got larger, and it actually doesn't look crazy. So it worked this time. Yeah, kind of like it makes the details from nothing basically. Yeah, it just figures out how to like how the skin looks, and so then you get the photo. And the cool one you can try now, actually, if you have a computer with you, it's profile picture. Oh, I already forgot. So it's this one. You can write it down. PFP maker. A bit hard to remember, but it's very cool. So let's say you have a photo with gray background, but yeah, you want to make it more pop, more interesting. You can use this one, and it's for free. Like if the previous ones are all subscription based, or you have to pay for the credits, here it's totally free. You can play around, and yeah, you don't have to pay for anything. Let's see, and yeah, there you go. It suggests you some cool designs. Yeah, what I noticed, it's only circle. Maybe that's not the best scenario. So then you can use square photo, so then it's gonna be centered. Because if it's a very long photo, it's gonna crop into the middle, and it looks a bit weird. So it's better already if the photo is kind of cropped, or your face is in the center or middle. And then after you get the suggestions, you can choose whatever. It kind of generates each time something else. Of course, yeah, there's like the designs are pretty much the same, but yeah, you can have some nice beach in the background or office. And if you know a specific color you're looking forward, then you can just choose. And let's say I want this red background. It's kind of orange, but then you can just drag the color or write your own code for the color. And yeah, then just download it. And there's another cool thing before you download it. You can also get a background with it. So let's say you're redesigning your Facebook, then you can also download these backgrounds. I'll just take this one and I will add it to the presentation later. So yeah, that's about the tools that are kind of like straightforward, doing one thing, and might be useful in any scenario. You don't need like a special program to edit your photos, yeah, there's also these online tools that you can use. And then we can go further to, yeah, I think PowerPoint. And yeah, about mobile, because I know that some people edit photos on mobile, and or they don't have kind of powerful enough computer. Then also mobile phones are pretty good. So kind of like three places where to look. Just look in your smartphone. Most of the newer smartphones have some AI built into it when you take a photo. Like you have noticed, maybe it gives you some suggestions. Yeah, like, for example, like some Samsung phones, I have noticed since Note 9 series, so it already has some enhancements. When you take a photo, it adds HDR effect. The sky looks nicer. The background, you can blur the background, of course. Then the kind of like foreground, the person, you can adjust it, and you can do it even after you take the photo. There are basically many things, and yeah, it's very good for portraits, but also very good for landscapes because it recognizes the object, recognizes the trees, and tries to edit each thing separately. And that's what makes it really powerful, because if you would have to do it on your own, you would have to literally separate the background from the foreground and then spend time editing one and then another one. And yeah, like as I said, the newer phones, they work pretty good. You see there are like these Samsung ones in this example, and you can create this blurred background, and it really looks like it's taken with a camera, not a phone. And of course iPhones and other cameras does it as well. I'm more familiar with Samsung, that's why I put the examples there. And here's a commercial from Huawei, and it almost tricks you that the selfies can look as if they were taken with camera, and it turns out they were taken with camera. So if you look at the commercials, of course they might trick you, but still I think the phones are getting closer and closer to the quality of cameras. And one app I found I really like is Lens, I think. Yeah, it's like a lens. It has this circle in the App Store. And it does basically everything. I was surprised. The one thing that, of course, was there is that you have these 5 credits, and after weekly, I think, and after that you have to pay if you need like more editing, more edits. So if you have a photo shoot with 100 photos, then obviously you would have to pay for it. But if you're just using it once a week or once a month, you can go by with the free version. And also I did some tryouts, so maybe you can already, like if you have your phone with you, you can try it. I'll just try the name in the chat. And yeah, then I can show you in the website or video I took. I'm not sure if it's gonna load, because when I tried to edit the presentation, it just kind of crashed the PowerPoint. The video I took of editing on the phone. And yeah, of course, Facetuner is kind of popular app that a lot of people use for selfies and Instagram photos. I had used it like once or twice. Now it's gotten a bit different. I opened it and then it immediately asks you for your credit card numbers, and it's 3 days free trial. So I was like, no, I don't want to try it out because I don't want it to accidentally take my money. But yeah, it costs like €3 a month or a year or something. But still, I was like, no, I like this one better. But I know that but I know that Facetune is more popular, so I still added it. And yeah, the video, maybe I can try now the opening the video for you. You can, oh no, I sent it. Yeah, I sent it to everyone. You can try the Lensa. I'll see. You can. I will open the video and then share again. Maybe. Yeah. Now, if you have already some questions or comments, you can write in the chat because I have the chat already open. So yeah, basically, if you have a phone, you can use these apps, or like when you take a photo, you can just click on the photo and press edit. I think on the most of the phones, and there are already some filters and tools. Of course, they're not. Yeah, Matis can show a tool from Let's Enhance, and after that, I will show the video. Yeah. So basically, yeah, if you need just a simple filter or colors, you can edit it in your phone, just like with edit button, or I sometimes use Snapseed. But if you want these AI tools, then which kind of like does magic things with one button, then yeah, Lensa and Facetune is something you can look into. So yeah, but we don't see you, don't hear you, Mati. Yeah, because you're muted. You can check it out. Yeah. So I only see myself. But yeah, Mati's lost the internet. You don't hear him, therefore. But that's not the problem. I'll just share my video thing quickly. Yep. No, you can join. Should be fine. No, do you see anything? Yep. So here's an example. You open the app, you add a photo. Then there's the first kind of section is for the face. It kind of does crazy things. You can change the hair color. If you think it's too crazy, then you can just take off the intensity, and then it kind of looks very natural. There are like different features you can change, and you can even change the brightness of the face. So if you would do it on Photoshop, you would have to kind of create a layer mask, edit manually face, and kind of separate face from the background. But here it just does it automatically, which is very, very cool. Of course, some trendy filters and effects. Yeah, filters are also nice there, and you can make it look vintage and so on. And yeah, for the face, you can retouch the face, kind of smoothen the skin. Here I did something automatical, which wasn't good, probably because the lighting is very different than normal. So I try and kind of like change it to kind of normal light. Yeah, you can. I think you can like change everything, like eyebrows, eyes, mouth, lips, whiten teeth, change the size of lips and so on. Some crazy things. But you can change the intensity from 0 to 100, which is very cool. And I'm not sure if Mati is back, but we can go to the last section, which is the apps. And then after that, we can do that. Everyone can share something they created. If you already using something in the background. So I'm just gonna go back. And here we have AI editing software. It's quite getting more and more popular nowadays, but it's still something that I don't hear a lot of people talking about. And like because there's for editing, most of the people use Adobe programs like Lightroom and Photoshop. If we are talking about photography, and then I found few more, but these are kind of seems like the more promising ones. And Luminar Ai is very cool. There are a lot of tutorials about it, and these tutorials actually got me inspired to do this meetup. Then we have PhotoWorks and Topaz Labs, which has like different types of these tools. It's not just editing, so yeah, I will show it to you. Yeah, the first one is Luminar AI. Here's some kind of like intro. Basically, yeah, it's again separates the person from the background. If you're taking a landscape photo, it separates the landscape like mountains from the sky. You can change the sky, you can change the blurriness of your background, all these cool things that sometimes you cannot do, or sometimes it's more expensive to do it in the regular way, but then you can get this program. I think it's for 5 or 7 days. You can try it out. I also have the trial at the moment. Not sure if I'm gonna get it, but it's like depends. Like if you have 1 or 2 computers, I think for 1 computer it was like 70 euros. For 2 it's like 100. It's totally enough for editing like anything, portraits, product photos, landscapes. But what is really nice that you have to pay once. If you buy this Adobe bundle for photo, then I think it's like 12 euros at least. Well, more than 100 euros a year. So here, if you buy this one already after a year, you're like have bought it and you don't have to pay extra. Of course, you don't know like if it's gonna last a long time, because I'm not sure if they release updates for everyone, but yeah, at least at the moment it looks very promising. And Luminar is a part of the Skylum company, and they have actually quite a lot of kind of tools you can have. You can also use them as plugins to Photoshop or Lightroom. Like these are kind of like more specific ones and for landscape photography, but it's just interesting how many options you have and how crazy photos you can make, even if you're not like a professional landscape photographer. You can use these tools and create some outstanding images and artworks. And yeah, then the next one, it's a bit more simpler, I would say, or at least it doesn't look as advanced. It's called PhotoWorks, and it's also a program you download for your computer. Not sure if it also works on Apple. I downloaded it for my PC, and yeah, it just does the almost the same things. I will open it later, but the difference is that it's much cheaper. This standard version is $20 first year, and then of course you can upgrade it if you want, but I think the price is quite cheap, because yeah, it's like one month in Adobe Photo bundle. So yeah, maybe this is something you can start with, and of course it has free trial, so no worries, you can try it out and see if it's something you're looking for. And then there's this Topaz Labs. It looked very kind of professional. I haven't tried it yet, but yeah, it has kind of more advanced this enlarging or sharpening programs, and also something for video, which is something very interesting, but I haven't tried. So yeah, but this one on the other hand, it's even more expensive. Some of the prices, yeah, are like $100 already. Well, the bonus is that you probably have it permanently on your computer, but yeah, it's something you have to consider if it's worth it. And basically the presentation part, I believe, is over. We have a lot of time to try out the editing part, and I can already show what I have. And if you need like any links, I can copy them. I could actually, yeah, I will just open, for example, PhotoWorks, which is a bit more kind of simple, I would say. And then we can move also to this Luminar AI, which is very cool and has a lot of things. So yeah, actually depends what type of photos you want to do, because there are a lot of things for landscapes, a lot of for portraits. And yeah, I think you can see icons are small. So basically my Zoom crashed, which is not a surprise. But yeah, maybe because I tried to share the program, not sure. But I will do it again. And let's see, maybe it works. How it's called? It's called PhotoWorks. If you didn't see it, oh no, the Zoom is crazy. Okay, yeah. So you see something gray. It kind of looks like very old Photoshop or something, but it's much simpler. And basically you can edit one photo or more photos at a time, but it's gonna be easier with one photo, of course. Let's see, I don't know. Yeah, it actually can edit also raw files. So let's see if we can open a raw file, which photographers would normally have. They're just bigger files and has more information in them. But of course you can also, oh no, yeah, I think I already edited it before, but not very well. So you already had some preview. Yeah, this is the photo. When you open it, yeah, it just has nothing. It's a raw file. Then you have the regular kind of Photoshop tools which you manually can use and, I don't know, edit your face or something. But what I really like are these face sculpt, that's cool. Like you have these crazier tools, like you can change your face. You want a chubby cheek, you want a very thin cheek, and that's what you get with this one. Yeah, you can make yourself an alien if you want. Just don't go crazy with it. But yeah, like anything you want to kind of adjust, you can do it with a simple button, which is super convenient. That's the face sculpt. So there are many tools. On the right side, it's maybe a bit easier. I like that it has like these already presets or previews. You can smooth your skin or whatever. Like if you want your teeth white, it's super quick and easy. Yeah, body sculpt, very nice. If you're like, oh, I don't look good in this photo, or something's wrong with my shirt, you just can use this button and then make your shirt look thinner or something like that. Or I don't know, squeeze something that shouldn't be as big. And of course, clown stamp and some kind of professional tools, but they're very kind of simple. And then I think somewhere here, yeah, effects, enhancement. These are the things that you would normally use if you're editing the photo. You would start with the main section and just change the exposure, the brightness of the photo. Then you would maybe adjust the white balance if you see that maybe it's too yellow or it's too blue. I would try to correct it. And then which is the part which I'm impressed that they have all these small buttons for each color. Not every editing app is so advanced that you can even change the hue of one color. So that's sometimes very useful. You have to, I don't know, change something from blue to purple. That's just one slider, and that's very, very useful. And other kind of simpler things, of course, you can crop out your image. Also, you can, of course, straighten it here, including sometimes you have this horizontal or vertical distortion. That's mostly for buildings or interior, but yeah, you can change the perspective here. I'm just gonna cancel it. Yeah, some photo effects, so sun rays. That's very nice. It's not very realistic, but I think if you spend like a little bit more time, like few extra minutes, you can make it even better. But yeah, for the basics and for the face and body kind of editing, I'm really impressed, because if I would have to do it on Photoshop, I would just have this liquify brush and just like manually just change everything. Like if I need to change, I don't know, my shirt shape, I would just go and do it like one click by one click. And then white and teeth, I would use like 2 or 3 layers to do it at least, to kind of do it professionally. And here it's just one simple button. And then yeah, the next, well, if you have any questions about the photo works, you can ask. I think when I downloaded it, it took me like 1 minute or something to install it on my computer. Yeah, it's called PhotoWorks. I don't know where I found it, but I just read some articles and found it, but didn't seem like many people is using it. But yeah, those who were kind of familiar with it, they were really amazed and happy they found it. And it costs 20 euros now, I think. So it was PhotoWorks. And the another one was Luminar Ai, which is also quite newer version. They had like previous versions, and this is one of the newest ones, which you can buy at the moment or try out. Let's see if it works. I think this one is a bit heavier program. It needs more computing power, but I don't know. It's like not super fast, maybe because of my computer, but otherwise it works pretty well. Now I can show it to you. And yeah, so I opened already a full folder, which is useful because it kind of reminds me of Lightroom, where you don't edit one photo, you open a whole kind of folder or library of all your photos, and then yeah. But I think I think I edited one photo before and then it kind of crashed. So I'm just gonna let you think for the questions part, if you have any, and see maybe you can restart it or something. Because otherwise you can watch some tutorials about Luminar AI. If we compare it to the PhotoWorks, it's kind of the same, I would say. It just looks more professional. It has these landscape features for the scenery. You can add fog, mist, you can add mountains, you can actually add different types of mountains, different types of skies. Some crazy things, and it does it really naturally. Then of course you have for the face portraits tools to make it kind of look in this magazine type of retouch where everything's blurred and smooth and nice. And also it has some these colored filters that you would normally buy for extra money, but they're inbuilt inside of here. And some pretty large amount of kind of library of tools that are in one place. It looks kind of nice, but yeah, I still haven't found out. Is it because of my computer that I just sometimes cannot load the photos, or maybe it's the trial version or something? But otherwise, yeah, it's really nice, nice application. Does anyone have tried these ones, or the Lens photo app, or maybe Facetune? And you can comment. You can, if you have tried something else that I didn't tell you, then you can also comment on this one. Anyone? Matis?
I can show this. Let's enhance IO I used
Okay.
for one project. I
Yeah.
wanted to share it
Oh, we
last
don't-
time, but I
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
couldn't.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. No problem.
Let's see which screen is it. On this screen. Can you see it?
Yeah. It's a map.
Yeah, so basically the original historical maps were available only, I think, in 500 pixels, so it's pretty bad. But Let's Enhance IO gave me much better result, so I needed to use it for print. It's pretty nice, and which is really nice that I also used it on other historical photos. You can see here. So it brought back some detail in the tent, like the person's face is much more comprehensible now. And especially if you look at the tree branches, so the trees in this picture look completely blurry, but it actually knows how the trees look. And then it applies this filter, like even if you look here, this is a scratch, right? And it's like 1 pixel wide, but here it does and kind of makes the scratch much more detailed. I think that's super awesome. That it actually adds grime and like it doesn't add it where it isn't, but like here, for example, it's like a dirt, and it makes this dirt much better. So yeah, the printing worked really nice, and it also understands what is focus, and then it doesn't try to enhance something that isn't there. So here, like it didn't have enough detail to work with, but it still just added this kind of weird effect that I think it works. In print, it looks really sweet, because this wasn't unprintable, this original one. It was just a hot mess. So yeah, that's really nice. If you need to print something and you don't have a high resolution file, then Let's Enhance IO has been quite nice for me.
Good. Maybe anyone else has something? Or you can make your profile picture. I pasted the link for the
I
profile
have
picture
something.
maker. Yeah, go ahead.
It's actually another app. It's the one I usually use when I have to edit pictures on the phone. And yeah, it's called Matu. So it's Chinese, actually. I
Okay.
can share with you. Like
Definitely.
the screen. Just a second.
Mm,
Do you see something?
Yeah, mine too. Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, okay. And basically it's a cluster of apps, like artificial intelligence based. And the one I use is this one, the first one, Matu. And yeah, the website is all in Chinese, and the app I use is in Chinese, but I think there is also an English version. And it's cool because you can have, like, you can do whatever with it. You can basically change your bones and your structure. And there are also a lot of interesting, like, cute, because it's all kawaii, very Chinese effects to it. And yeah, you can change everything: eyes, nose, mouth. Yeah, but that's a very cool one. So it's free. There is also a VIP version, but the free version, it's very much enough. So if you're interested to try this one, that's another option.
Wow, very nice, very nice. I believe there are many apps. It's just sometimes harder to find them. Yeah, it's kind of like you have to look for them very, yeah. And also like sometimes you find one good app, but then it's just like one edit and then you have to pay for it, and that's pretty annoying. It's much better if you can at least edit some more photos and then upgrade if you want to, not already in the beginning. But yeah, the Luminar AI, yeah, like if you're editing mostly on your phone or taking photos mostly on your phone, it makes more sense to also have an app that's on your phone, so you don't have to kind of upload it to your computer and then edit on computer and then send it back to your phone. So I think it's always very kind of more sensible to use phone apps if you're taking mostly phone photos. Yeah, and someone asked a question. So yeah, is there some tools which really needs to be but doesn't exist? And oh, Henry Gabriel answered, I'm a AI developer, mostly interested on what can be implemented for fun. Oh, that's very nice. I think we can all think about it. Yeah, in photo editing, there are a lot of things well, I think there is already, but for selecting photos, like photo calling apps, there is one. I haven't tried it yet, but yeah, basically you have thousands of photos from one photo shoot, and then you just want to select only the good ones and kind of like skip all the blurry ones or the ones that are repeating. So that's a problem I always have, just like going through the photos and just like clicking which ones I like and then comparing, okay, from these ones I like, I'm gonna use only these 10, and then all the like 900 I can throw in trash, but it takes so much time. Yeah, but there is one that I kind of have seen, or two maybe maximum apps. I think it was like also like 100 euros for it, but yeah, so definitely I think that should be more popular. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me? Okay, okay.
Yep.
I have actually seen such
Mhm.
tools for
Oh,
phone.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Or you're saying about the editing photos for on computer?
For computer, it's more convenient because I
They
have yeah,
okay.
for like camera like large amounts of files like 30, 60
Okay.
hi
Okay. Hi,
gigabytes
hi.
from photo shooting.
Because mostly I have seen like application where it tried to remove some similar images where it's
Mhm.
just a little distortion or maybe
Mm.
some problems with the quality of the image, and they exist. I don't remember the name.
Yeah, you can also look into. I saw
Cleaner.
it on YouTube. I think
Yeah.
there is some, but
Okay.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Maybe you
There's
know
like
anything about a neural
if
face
you
on other
Google
stuff.
about it, then it's like many, but
About
haven't like tried.
Adobe, about
Yeah.
Adobe. I don't know who told them. Well, there's like a lot of things are private and like nobody knows what they're using, but most probably it's all with neural nets.
That's actually why I really don't want to buy any of these AI tools, because I really I'm thinking like, come on, Adobe, you should actually do that. Like, how many, like it should appear there. If they're not patented, then I think at some point Adobe will do something like that. Then again, I think like 10 or 20, like at least 10 years ago, maybe it was 15 years ago, there were like these scientists from, I think it was Jerusalem university, and they actually had this software where you can resize the picture and people will follow in the frame. I was like, everyone was like, wow, like next year we will be doing it, everyone on our phones, and it never really happened. Like I don't know, like why, but their prototype was extremely good. And another one was with this light where you put an object in an image and it gets lighted correctly, and that was also quite famous, and it kind of disappeared. And like you hear these really cool stories, and best you actually can use every day is just like upscalers 2 or 4x, and that's so sad. And even that is not in Photoshop. Like Photoshop's upscaling algorithm is so bad. it's extremely bad. Like I know it's like yeah, it's like extremely bad. So yeah, I really would love if Adobe embraced it more. Also, the new Premiere, actually not new, like a year ago, now you can actually cut out stuff you don't want in Premiere. Basically, you have like an extra annoying person in the background or like a branch or like something like that, and you can just delete it and it will go through the sequence and delete it. So that's already as far as it goes. Sort of great. But yeah, for photo filtering algorithms, actually even selecting the most sharp photos from similar ones would also be great, because like if you take photos in 30 megapixels, etc., and you have like hundreds of them clicking through, the only way you can do it manually, you actually have to zoom in to check, and that means you have to go through all of the pictures, or at least you have to select a few and compare them. So if there's a software for a computer, it would be really valuable, because for phones, of course, it's cool, but on phone you don't do professional photography, so the resolution on phone already is not that good. But when you go professional photography, you have pictures 40 megapixels, even 100 megapixels, and the size differences are like, in order to see the most sharp photo, it actually is quite, you have to zoom in even on a 4K monitor a lot. And in that regard, having a program that would quickly sort it, yeah, that would be challenging. Also, like for the program to just go through the code, I think these files are not so light, but that's an interesting challenge.
Yeah, but like for that, would you download some application? It more look like some, I don't know, the not even tool, but kind of a add-on to some
Yeah,
photo editing
it would be great if it was a plugin, but I
plugin.
think it could be used also like program, because I know there's Photo Mechanic. That's like an industry standard where photographers select their photos. It's like an app, and then after you have selected it, the photos, then you edit them. So it can be, yeah, it doesn't, since it's like the beginning of the process, it doesn't matter much. Yeah, it could be already like in camera something that just like deletes all the bad photos in your camera. And then you just come to your like Photoshop or whatever, and you have only the best photos selected. And yeah, for other things like these editing softwares, I found that there are also plugins, which I think that's really nice, because then if you're used to Photoshop or Lightroom, then you can just open it as a plugin.
But actually, Henry, I think there is a real chance of creating something like that, because one of the quite popular image sorting algorithms, not algorithms, but software that a lot of photographers use is, for example, let's share the screen. Is this, what was it called? Fast Stone Image Viewer. So basically, you wouldn't, at least a lot of photographers I know, including myself as an amateur photographer, we use this fast on image viewer. Why is it so important? This is actually software, but it's currently on the TV in the back of Anders, so if I move it, it will change. But it allows me to go to pictures really quickly, because if I do it in Lightroom, there is always a little bit lag, because it's always processing, in the background. If I do it in Windows image viewer, like that's like, don't even get me started. Like this is so slow, and it actually takes time to load in, even if you have a good processor sometimes. So it's really badly optimized. So a lot of photographers actually, and photographers who pay for software, are using these image viewers that do it really quickly. So if you had an image viewer that actually would highlight the most sharp images, that would be a really great product to sell.
Okay, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, if you're interested in joining a
contact you.
hackathon, we are super ready to give you professional feedback from photographers' side.
Okay. So, okay, I will need to most probably to try it, because I'm not a photo editor. Yeah, this is. I thought this is like mostly about talking how these applications works, but
Yeah,
I just
we are
understood this.
mostly from users side.
Okay.
So
I tried to understand it, but I thought, no, just like then it's probably like different type does something
like
something
free
differently.
user
really
testing for you here
liked,
if you are.
I really
Yeah.
liked the Chinese one. I haven't yet seen because mostly the most powerful right now AI developers are from China, and like they got huge investments, and I think their applications are one of the best. But like because of Chinese language and all these translation problems, most of them are not available to us. That's why we don't hear about them. But thanks to Victoria, she.
Oh, she's a good Chinese expert.
Researcher.
Yes, yes, yes. We used to have Adrian's, but he couldn't join because of time differences. I guess he is always too tired because he's in China, and then this 8 in the clock
early.
there is, I think it's midnight or something, even later.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, TikTok also like, but
I was thinking about a different thing, like when you apply or using this photo editing tools, when you apply these filters, they're only for images, yes? You cannot like load a video and apply some filter and it will
Some
stay.
of them, there are some for video,
Okay.
like these Topaz Labs, like adds, I think, was it sharpening? There, I saw there's some things like you can edit some objects out of video, or I don't know what else could you. Yeah, I have noticed only in like Instagram that people are slimming themselves also in video. So the things that are kind of already normal in photos, like making yourself like more beautiful in these beauty standards, and then you can add it actually to the video. But of course, it's just stretching pixels here and there, and then you can see it in the background if it's stretched. Of course, like VFX, I don't know how those people work, where they kind of create the special effects for movies. They also probably have some things that are quite automated. I believe like it's just like slowly getting more advanced for videos, but yeah, it's probably very professional tools, and those, yeah, it's not easy to find, or yeah.
Okay, because yeah, it's not really easy to apply, for example, a filter on a specific person. Then you need to track this, like use object detection to track this, I don't know, object, and then to apply this filter is, yes, it's require a lot of resources, computational resources.
Yeah, I think so. Like you need some super large computer for that. Yeah, some skills, and yeah.
it's actually quite interesting. So I'm using Adobe Premiere quite frequently in my work, and I actually see that there is an option to, I didn't know, well, they do update them quite frequently, but there is an update that actually allows you to color match video with AI, which it's really such a pain. You always use these Lumetri scopes, and then like the process looks something like this. Those who don't know, in order to match the color in the footages, you basically look at the waveforms and try to align them as much as possible, because it's really hard. Again, the same as with judging if the image is sharp, it's also quite hard to judge if it's
We
from
don't hear
different
you,
cameras. It's doing that. Huh?
I think the sound was lagging, but okay. The sound was lagging.
Oh, I have a really bad network connection. Yeah,
Okay,
it's probably mobile internet sucks. That's true.
Maybe there are some another questions. You can write them in the chat, or just speak up as you like. Maybe someone tried something already, or still
Victoria
thinking
has
about it.
a Matu for videos.
Yeah, she mentioned that it's also for videos, and I think Facetune also had something like for videos as well. The same thing. Mm.
Maybe we can do a feedback circle. We do have like 20 minutes left, but then if anyone has something left that they know, you can share it in the feedback circle, and also you can mention one tool that you probably remember from the meetup. Or one technique or anything, and then we can see that you don't repeat each other. So the last person at the end of the list will have a really hard task of either quickly Googling for something or trying to remember some of the ones Andres showed already.
Yeah, and just before that, I'm just gonna show again the Luminar, so you have a better understanding about it. Yeah, I couldn't restart my Luminar application, but yeah, here, if you go to the website, it has some tutorials or something, and yeah, the awesome landscape, I think, is one of the craziest one. You can change the sky. It has a built-in sky, so you can upload your own photo of an amazing sky you liked on one day, and maybe in different day you had some plain skies. You can add that photo. Of course, some basic fashion shoots, and yeah, it can be used. I think this one is kind of more kind of like wholesome app that has everything for everyone. Kinda, it's not always the best thing, but yeah, it has kind of everything, which is crazy. And then yeah, you can have filters. You can add like birds, mountains. Yeah, yeah, and kind of saves a lot of time, and also looks realistic. Is cutting out some small objects and placing them onto the photo is very tedious, and yeah, just amazing. And also what I was impressed about this one, like you move the image of birds and there's the rock, but when you move it onto the rock, it kind of goes behind the rock, and that's the thing which is nice. So it kind of already understands there's a bigger feature in front, and then if you move, like there's this fog tool or sun rays tool, then kind of it goes behind, so it's more natural. It makes sense. And also, if it's sun rays, then it adds some yellow cast to the ground. And yeah, basically, if you learning editing, you would have to do all these small things step by step. You would have to paint the light rays, place them, maybe add some more layers so they are also glowing, then add color to the ground, that and so many things. And here just like computates it to like this image like in seconds, because it has already pre-built everything, and some kind of has some algorithms. And yeah, okay. Some people are leaving, so let's just go.
Yeah, they heard that there's a feedback
Yeah,
section, and I was like, oh
it's alright, it's alright.
I didn't write down.
Yeah, you can try all these apps, and
But actually, a good
Mhm.
for Luminar, the very great feature for beginners is this brighten the face, because it's really hard to, if you haven't taken a photo correctly, to bring back the shadows in the face and make it actually readable. Because you don't always want silhouettes for faces, and then it has this toggle that brings it back better.
Yeah, and also it kind of separates your face from the background, like automatically, and then you can brighten the face without changing the background, which is cool. Because if you just add like a layer to the whole image, or like a circle or a radial filter, then it kind of looks always fake. And this one is like, yeah, this tool is kind of closest to the realistic lighting After Effects I have seen in this kind of like just photography field. Yeah, maybe then we can go for the feedback. If you remember something you forgot to add, you can also add. But yeah, basically you can say which thing was the most memorable or useful for you, and we can go again kind of alphabetically. First one is Anna and then Arta.
Yes, for me, the most useful, I think, would be the image larger app because I have biology, right? And my biology teacher is very strict about presentation, like how it looks. So a lot of interesting biology pictures, like the small ones, they're so tiny that when I put it on my presentation and show that to class on the big screen, it's always blurry, and this could be an amazing tool to fix that.
Yeah, this sounds super useful. Yeah, definitely try out all of them or try one and then a different one. Yeah, next one we have Arta Hendriksson. If you're still here, you can share one thing you like. Yes, hi.
Hi. Yeah, I'm still
Hi.
here, but I didn't. I'm not on my
okay.
computer, so I'm more a listener for tips right now.
Okay. Hope you got some tips. Was there anything that stood out for you, or your?
For the background, for me, for the background for moving things, that was really useful.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So one of my favorite tools, which I have used for several years. Okay. Thanks. Next one is Eric's, and then Henry.
Well, from my side, I haven't used like any of these applications fully. Only have seen some couple of the functions. I will try to use all of them, and I think yeah, the mostly I wanted to see and know was the Chinese one. Something like that.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Thank you for this event.
Thanks for
it's like
for
every
joining.
week or
Yeah, every week. We usually start on September, kind of like when the studies start, and go till the summer. Each week, each Tuesday around 7 o'clock. The
And connected
topics.
with photo editing.
Yeah, no, actually, it's photo is like one of the smallest topics. The bigger part is creativity and like creative thinking. Basically, design thinking ideas, how you can generate ideas, and sometimes something more philosophical, sometimes something more technical. That's like creativity kind of lessons, and then we have a lot of 3D lessons, which Elias are like moderating. You can on our Facebook page there are a lot of recordings for those, and we will have some more, of course, as well. Just kind of try to mix them up, so it's not all the time like just 3D or just design. So yeah, and sometimes also designing websites and so on. So it's basically if you're like a creative person, you want to have like I don't know some you have ideas or you want to make a company. I think in these meetups you can find many kind of useful topics, and also if you have a topic, let's say more technical or something, you can also be one of the moderators and share your knowledge as well.
Okay.
So yeah,
it's fine.
that's shortly about the Creative Tuesdays.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we'll be happy to see you also next time.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. And I saw that
Thank you.
Eric's had microphone on. Feel free to speak up. Hi. Hi.
Yes. Thank you for presentation.
Yeah.
Well, stop in this presentation while I'm driving.
We can
Stay
hear
safe,
a bit.
Stay safe. That's
Yeah.
always a priority.
Yeah, it's like a podcast.
So I didn't catch up all the stuff. So I will just made some screenshots and maybe check out later all these
Nice.
features. But anyway, the most important thing for me is that there is a lot of stuff that you can do quite faster than using like ordinary Lightroom or
Yeah, definitely. Like if you're looking more into the time over like quality, then definitely. And like if you have to edit a lot of photos, maybe you have to really look into these programs, because yeah, with each photo you save minutes, sometimes even hours this way. And for this meetup and also others, you can watch the live stream later. It's on our Facebook page, Creative Tuesdays, and videos, and
nice.
basically, yeah, they're there chronologically. So all the meetups are there usually, and we also have Facebook group where we can chat. Yeah, I can also send it later, a message for you. And okay, thanks. And the next one,
Bye.
yeah, bye.
Yeah, cheers.
Irina, if you're here, or I'm not sure if you have a microphone, and then Laila, what's your feedback? Probably Laila, because I haven't seen Irina joining yet.
Yes, thank you for sharing information about these cool softwares. And I already downloaded Lens on mobile,
nice.
and it seems cool. And
Yeah, it is
I
very
think
cool.
I think it will be the first mobile app what I will be paying for. Thank you.
Yeah.
That we should get a cut from them.
Yeah.
Should have registered for the discount
Well,
code.
I basically, yeah, thanks for the feedback. I downloaded it last week and I had like 3 free credits or something, and this week they added again. So at least they're nice enough to give you some like a little bit of kind of these credits. But yeah, I also believe if you're a person who's like editing a lot of photos on phone, or you spend a lot of time on Instagram, kind of making posts and something, yeah, you can definitely make very nice photos. Yeah, if you know some Chinese, you can also check out the other app, Matu, which Doria showed. But yeah, thanks. And Snezhana says I have to leave, and thank you. And of course, I also hope to see you again. And we can move to Matis and then Elias.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm the other Matis.
Yeah.
For me, I think given that there is a lot of sitting work ahead of me during the next month, I'm really interested in this video editing where you can change the body shape. I will check it out. So photos are easy, but videos are a bit harder.
Yeah, definitely. That's for the next time. Okay, Elias.
Okay, so I suppose this is my turn. Yeah, so I think I was looking more for tools that I could use in my like professional workflow. I get that there are like small like apps on the phone which you can do like one click like enhancement, but usually they don't turn out in like such high quality. So I really love the Luminar tool. And yeah, it has features like, you know, doing effortless sky replacements. You know, me personally being a moment spontaneous photographer, we usually have a lot of these you know, sunrise hikes and kayaking events. And if anyone's been to one of those events knows that there's no sunrise ever. So it's very, yeah, it's very useful that, you know, we can at least make the photos look like they have sunrise. So yeah, to be honest, I don't even check the weather report. I just check if Movement Spontaneous has a sunrise event, and if there's a sunrise event, then what the weather is going to be. But yeah, thank you, Andrea, very much. So those are very useful.
Cool.
Yeah, now every hike can be a sunrise hike if you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
at least
that's right.
retrospectively.
Definitely. And yeah, like Luminar AI kind of looks the most professional one, like if you're used to these Adobe programs. but yeah, I think it's definitely like it's kind of like one click, but in the same time you can still change everything. It's not like oh, here you go, a nice automatic photo, but yeah, you can kind of like slightly adjust everything and opacity and so on. Yeah, definitely
but
try that. Yeah.
Even for the sky replacement thing, like it changes also, the tones. It doesn't like just cut out the sky. And,
yeah.
That's extremely useful.
Yeah, like
yeah. Plus, it like integrates with Lightroom and all that stuff. I think.
Yeah. It has plugin. Yeah, you can try it out. So basically it's a smarter version of just like it adds some colors. Like if you're adding sunset, it actually makes the photo orange, which makes sense, right? But manually you would have to paint over your photo with orange brush and then cut out the sky and put your photo, and it's already like 10 minutes minimum at least. But usually it takes hours to make these more advanced editings. And there, it just your brain. In your brain. You're like, I want this, and you're just quickly going through the editing process. Yeah. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, looking forward to your kayaking and hiking photos now.
They're all gonna be.
They're gonna be
sunrise.
like blasting and with
Super
mountains.
Sunny,
like
mountains in the background.
Yeah, like
huge mountains in Latvia.
Yeah, why not? Okay, thank you, Elias, and then Ralph's is the last one in our list of participants. Are you still there, Ralph? Okay, he's probably editing. Oh no, he's there.
Yes.
He's probably very busy editing his fashion photos, right?
For me, I think I would probably want to try the Lens app. I heard that you are using it, and it made me curious if I can like make similar results faster than Lightroom. So yeah, I would definitely want to try this app, and thank you for the presentation. It was really nice.
You're welcome. Is there any other apps on the phone you're using, maybe like for editing, or do you use mostly computer for photos?
Currently, I have a Lightroom app in my phone too. So sometimes I use that, and there is another app called Snapseed. I use it for larger the image, to make corners.
I know. It has basically, if you want to kind of expand the photo, it has this expand the tool, which let's say you have this vertical photo, but you want to make it as a story. Like a story, like for the Instagram stories, then you can expand it. And if it's simple photo with the sky or wall, it kind of makes more of the background, which is one of the things like many people have hacked already. Like if they use Instagram a lot, and then Snapseed, it's like professional editing tool. It doesn't have I don't think it has these fancy facial things and body things, but if you don't need those,
I think they have them too.
Okay.
Yeah,
maybe they have added
hasn't
something.
used it.
They have like a lot of things, and you can swipe around, and it's quite easy. Like if you're a beginner, like if you're a professional. Definitely. Like Snapseed is one of the most popular ones. Nowadays, I just like I take the photo and just edit on the photo inside of my phone, because it has already some built-in filters, so I don't even take it to Snapseed. But if I really want to make it look more perfect, let's say there are some people in the background, like tiny ones. When we were in Iceland, I just like opened the Snapseed and quickly like retouched them out and added some brighter colors, and it already like stood out, maybe like with few simple editing tricks. And if you're on the go, Snapseed is nice, and of course the other apps as well. Because I usually like kind of like download these apps and then see how often I use them. If I don't use them, then just like maybe it's not for me, then just stick to one, because the more number of apps you have or the steps of your editing process, the harder kind of it gets, and you get more tired and just more annoyed and stressed. So I just like kind of trying to look for one app that does multiple things, and that's very useful. And of course, if it doesn't do like I don't know, doesn't cut out people from background, there are some small tools, simple ones. And actually, like if you like using Canva, yeah, but it's only in pro version, also cuts out people for you. So if you're more like a graphic designer person, or you want to make some nice Instagram or social media posts, then Canva also have this remove background tool, which nowadays I think it's kind of everywhere, and yeah, it just makes your photos or presentations look more professional if it's nice clean photo with clean background, or if it's your product photo with clean backgrounds, and then all your product photos can look the same or has the same kind of style. So consistency, yeah, basically. And the last person I think is Matis. Yeah, for the feedback, right?
Which of the matrices?
You, Elias, we had already, I think.
I already said.
Oh, you already said? Okay. Oh, yeah, I think, yeah, you said about thinning. So, yeah, that was a good
I
one.
didn't say anything
Okay,
actually.
then Mark's, yeah. Now is the time. Now is the
Uh,
time.
yeah. Basically, I also really like the idea of enhancing photos, but is there an app which can fix motion blur?
I don't know if there's an app, but there's definitely tutorials. It's kind of there are these apps that are meant for blurry photos. Oh yeah, I can check later. Which are especially those ones. Probably you're thinking about maybe like sports. If you're just shaky, you can do it, but like as a photographer, I would say you cannot do it technically. Like it's a blurry photo. You can make it better, but you won't be able to like completely make it like it was a steady photo. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it gets better with years, these apps, but it's still gonna be a little bit kind of unrealistic. You will be able to see that it's gonna be like maybe too crisp, like sometimes you see in the photos it's like over sharpened, and that's what happens kind of when you try to fix the photos. It's not bad, like if you really like the photo and you want to save it, you can save it, probably with already one of the tools I mentioned, but otherwise you can Google for it, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
Hmm.
Sad bit, but
Sad, yeah. What can you do?
have to wait.
Yeah, and then you have to wait, or you can kind of invest in your camera or phone, and it will already remove many of the problems if you have like a smarter phone or better camera. And for like if you, let's say you want something creative, there are apps that do these kind of long exposures, but maybe you put the camera on the tripod, and then with these apps, yeah, you can make the people disappear that are moving, because long exposures usually just take like photos over a long time, and then things in moving kind of blur out or disappear. That's something cool. Yeah, and yeah, if you're taking photos with phone, then the newest phones are like getting more and more stable, and sometimes they take multiple photos and put them together. So I get less and less blurry photos actually. Nowadays, like with previous phone, I had more kind of problems. And also, if you're taking photos in low light or night, then you might also get the problem because there is less light and the camera is getting slower. It's, yeah, it doesn't have enough light to make a quick photo like that and sharp photo.
Yeah, actually, the low light situations are the worst because most indoor skate parks are in badly lit. and you can't take good photos in them.
Yeah, that's one thing. And what can you do is add some more light if it's possible, a flashlight or just like a flashlight. And yeah, if you have a phone, then you can try Pro kind of like mode, and then you can put the shutter speed up and ISO up. Yeah, the ISO is the sensitivity of any camera, so it will get like more sensitive. It will have more noise, but at least the photos will be less blurry. And of course, yeah, more light always helps to the blurry kind of motion blur to the photos. Yeah, or you can try also like cool photos, like if there's a bike moving or jumping, you can try to kind of move your camera in the same speed or kind of same motion as the bike, and the bike will kind of be stiff and the background will be blurred. You can look for the tutorials on that. I think that's like pretty cool photo you can get with the motion blur, but yeah, the person in the air or something like that can be like frozen and sharp.
Yeah, that is a good idea. That is a good
Yeah,
idea.
we can try it out. Okay,
We'll try it for sure.
Yeah. Is there any other comments maybe? Or this is it for this week?
We have had a great long meeting.
Yeah.
Well, let's save some energy for the next one.
Yeah. Do we know what will be next week?
Either 3D sculpting or something surprising.
Nice.
We'll see.
That's very nice. Yeah, and as I mentioned, you can join the Creative Tuesdays Facebook group. It's called C2D Team. And also nowadays, when you register for events, we try to send emails because yeah, I know that people are busy and then they don't find the messages and notifications on Facebook so often. But yeah, and also there's always the recording, so if you next time you cannot join, there's gonna be a recording. Yeah, and thank you all for joining. It was very nice. It was super nice to see so many interested people, and also from different kind of areas and different backgrounds. Yeah, I think that was very interesting. That it's kind of very trendy theme about yeah, photo editing nowadays. Like everyone takes photos. So yeah, thank you for joining, and see you next time. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.